Hello, welcome to the Reframing Mindset podcast. We are clear minded of the thoughts that are preventing clarity. Practice my speech, among other things. Episodes range from informative knowledge to funny stories about my experiences, and in the future, maybe include interviews. So subscribe and enjoy. Episodes drop every other day.
Okay, welcome back to the Frame Master Podcast. My name is Carson. So this episode is January, end of January, start of February of the 2024. Yeah, can't believe sorry made it to the end of January, but we did, bro. But the 2024, I guess it's a symbolic year, another COVID year. Mm. If you listen to the podcast, you realize that I started the podcast in 2020 and in 2020, unfortunately, the great Kobe Bryant has actually passed away that year. And it's like, bro, it was so unexpected, and but it was like the start of what the hell was what 2020 the hell that was 2020, bro. But yeah, and it's like one of those short reminders. It was one of those people that you grew up and idolize and stuff. And it's like, boom, they passed away. And it's like, oh my god, it was so shocking, bro, because I never really expected it. And the way I found it out, it was it was really traumatizing, bro. It was really traumatizing. Because I was just, bro, just take my time walking, exploring, come back, and then I see the news, and it's like, bro. So it's like it was traumatizing. So I guess 2024 is basically the Kobe year because one of his greatest basketball numbers is basically 24. So yeah, the Mamba year. But I haven't really watched basketball for a while. For a while, I've been out here working like hell, bro. Working like hell. So basically, end of the month, bro. I can't say it end up. I guess it ended better than I thought. Actually changed the kitchen towel, bro, because I had some original kitchen towel. I got dirty and I was using it. And basically, I said instead of trying to wash it and stuff, let me just change the kitchen towel because I actually got some more. And that was the best idea ever I did, bro. Like, legit. Yeah, so sometimes, like, you have some things and the original way to do it, you have something dirty and just wash it and you wash it. And then sometimes it gets really dirty, bro. It gets really dirty and washing it it's actually doing more harm than good. Especially in my situation where the water is actually finished. And then sometimes that's the best thing to do, just basically replace it because it was torn and all those stuff. It was getting old, so like replacing it was the best thing um at the time. I guess going forward, the better it's actually better using the hand tool, the kitchen tool, I should say. Better using it so that it can actually last longer and not dirty up as quickly and all those stuff. But I guess that was some of the things that I usually see. I ask them the thing about when you're growing up and you grow up with a certain mindset because you're growing up in a certain economic conditions. So when you're trying to rise up of poverty or whatever, certain things you do and it's so against your nature because you're breaking a cycle. Like throwing away something like that, and it's be like, oh my god, you spent so much money on it. I know that much money was spent at the end. I said throwing it away, and it's like, oh, it's like yo, you're throwing away money, but you have to actually sometimes actually do that because you will save more money in the future. I may not realize it at the moment, but then sometimes you just have to just basically do it, do it as well. Just like I also throw away a lot of plastic stuff that I actually use, and I would try to save it and wash as well. And I say, you know what, I just basically throw them away because it was, if I actually wash it, it was going to do more harm than good. Especially because, again, in this end of month, what I actually see was roaches and rats in this third year of ownership. So me washing it and stuff like that, it may have do more harm than good. So it was actually better to just actually throw them away. Yeah. So yeah, end of this most in the third year of ownership is a trial. This 2024 year is going to be a trial like any other. But I guess if I make it out of the 2024, I'll be in a way better position than than before. Yeah, yeah. So I mentioned that the next thing is, bro. So I'm still employed. Still this back breaking work. I guess I actually got used to the back to the back pains, and actually I got the permanent pass. So what I do is I actually unlock things like sick days and vacation days. So I can actually, as I mentioned before in one of the previous episodes, like this work would actually maybe use the sick days a lot more. So yeah, so it's just one of those things where I just have to use them appropriately, not waste them because they're valuable days. They don't, it's not like I get a lot. I have to work a certain amount of days to actually get at certain day. It's like, yeah, so I have to use them wisely and all these things. But the good thing is I got a permanent pass these days. I guess the next thing is try to keep the job and use those days that I get wisely. That's the best thing I can do. Um, Next thing is like, yo, this work, bro, is leaving me real tired, bro. So I'm barely getting to eat or cook, barely getting to wash up anything, any plates and all those things. Like, yo, that's the reason why I like all this routine and stuff like that. Because, yo, by the time I reach home, I'm so tired, bro. I may be thinking that okay, I want to do certain stuff. Boom, couple minutes later, I wake up. I wake up and it's like 11 a.m. 11 p.m. in the night. I'm like, what? Actually fell asleep before I actually do it. So certain things like I actually afraid to actually turn on the stove before because I'm afraid that I might go to sleep and it's like, yo, so it's like this is a trial year. This is really a trial year because doing this back baking work, then coming home. And think about it that my life is not sorted out as yet. I'm still in this sketchy place where I have all these other stuff that I need to do. Like now with the water finish, I have to walk, do extra walking and lifting just to get more water and all these stuff. So it's like, yo, I'm doing a back breaking work, come and then come over and work and I have to do back breaking things at home. So you leave extremely tired. And then you have other tasks as well that's basically clogging up your time. So like yo. So ideally I'm in the best position that I'm in now than ever. But it's what I think is like yo, there's this sketchy, this messy phase that I have to just go through. This back pain has to just be a part of me this whole 2024 just to actually reach the level that I want to reach. But I said, this is a trial year. I have to just push through those days just to reach the blessing. Because the thing about it is that once I get through those phases, ideally by end of February, so like all these trial here in January, most of those would ideally go away by February. Or certain stuff would just go away by February. Just certain other problem issues. So it's like, yo, so that's all you have to do. You have to actually just push through like the trials and tribulations of each month and then focus on each goals. You have to accomplish certain goals every chance you get because it compounds the other day. So like yeah, you feel I have all these trials now at the end of January. The focus and accomplish each goals each day, boom by end of February that most of those stuff aren't even an issue anymore. So I aren't even an issue anymore because I took my time. And it seems in the moment it seems impossible. Like when I was doing this work, trying to get this work, it seems impossible. The back breaking work and all those stuff every day. It seems impossible. Then boom. I got the permanent pass now. I'm basically locked in for a year or two, bro. So it's like, yo, it seems impossible until it's done. It seems impossible until it's done. The next thing, and yeah, so it's like, yo, um, but being getting used to it, and then it's like, yo, I'm when I'm coming home tired, bro. I really have a chance to eat, cook all those stuff. So it's like I have to get used to that. Ah, bro. Um, next thing is like, so you realize that actually I lost my wallet, so I have to actually, with all the documents, I have to actually get those sorted out. I should actually get I got most of the things sorted out already. Just like the rest need to be sorted out in February. Get that done, and then boom, won't be an issue anymore. And then next, but the thing about why I mentioned that is that because one of the things that actually I lost was my driver's license. And while I was working, one of the coworker mentioned something and it just came to me. How smart he. So it was one of those things where this is another lesson where the coworker that mentioned it, I was so frustrated. If you listen to my episode about the things that I learned in the company so far, it's like, yo, yeah, I'll be talking to this person, bro, and it does get my point of view. But the thing about it is that I can't not respect it because sometimes he makes some good points. And those time was this was those times. So it was one of those things where I just basically I just tolerate it because even they get my point of view, but sometimes his point of view is as it's been in ways. So like one of the things was that he always mentioned about driving school, like go getting the license. It's like, oh, something that just came to me. Like I got the license and I can actually rent and all those stuff now. But one of the things was that I was kind of insecure about driving, and because I've been driven so long from I got the license. So the next thing is just basically, since I'm working on all these things, I can actually just go back to driving school, just get used to the road again, because I'm actually working now. Before it was basically due to the pandemic and stuff, it was basically my family assisting me in ways. But now working now, I just basically can do it on my spare time and get used to the road. And then boom, next thing you know, throughout the year, I'm basically upgrade to driving. And so it's like compound interest, compound interest. So you have to just basically think about that. And sometimes sometimes to receive your blessings is just a lot of terrible phases that you have to go through just to get those blessings, bro. Terrible phases, terrible phases. Now I'm a lot more muscular. I'm way under 200 pounds. I think I'm still under 180, still in the 180 range. But I'm way more muscular looking. But the pain is still there. I still have back pains and stuff. But I'm way more muscular looking and things. So, mhm. But I'm actually way more muscular looking. And the next thing I'm cleaning the backyard. So I'm 30 year ownership. I clean the backyard and the backyard was cleaning way quicker than before. It would have actually took me like a day or two this time around, but the rake actually break again. I have to actually get a more quality rake. And this one is should I did a bit more quality because actually look for a more quality one. I have to actually import this one, but yo, it's actually well worth the money. Ideally, because this one will actually ideally worth the money. So that's one of those things where one of the previous episode again, quality versus quantity. Yeah, sometimes you have to just basically invest in quality stuff just so that you don't have to spend it again. So that's all you have to really think about it. I'm in the position now where I can actually do stuff like that. So that was one of the important quality purchase. When I make it, I don't have to really worry about it again. Mhm. Yeah. So next thing is like, hmm. Oh, yeah, I did this new work, bro. New, as it's a big company, like a new day every day, new people hiring stuff. So it's like it's a good and bad thing. The good thing now is that I can do less overtime because I just basically with more people on my team. So basically I do my shift and then the other people just do the rest. I just need to come in, teach them what I know, and then boom, overtime we just get next. But the bad thing is that it may be harder to keep your spot. It's more dynamic. I'm doing more tasks now where I basically be moved around. So all those lessons that I've been learned, so I've been at one place and just basically got used to that one place. But I guess now that more people are coming, I'll be more dynamic where I'm basically be moving around a lot of different places. All those lessons now will just basically become applicable and I have to actually just be like, oh yes, I actually did train for this. So I actually have to be able to actually apply, execute. So that's one of those things I just get used to that. Every day just be ready for whatever task they call you for. So I guess each day I'm getting more and more comfortable with doing the task. Just knowing that, just knowing that, when my shift ends, I just this kind of sleep because now more people are actually coming in, so I don't have to really be working overtime just to finish all those things. So that's basically the kind of the good thing about this work, this phase now. But it's not like I'm basically cruising because I still don't know what will happen. Each month is a trial in itself. Yeah, the next thing is like, I ended this month. I remember, so I mentioned that I have issues with cooking and all those, and eating and all those stuff. So certain times, what I would actually do is I cook and then I will heat up some food. Like, you heat up some food later when I come home. So I cook one day and then I just, reheat the food that I prepare like another day. And one of the days I came home and actually no matches. So I use gas stove and all. So it's like, no matches to light the stove, bruh. And all the stores were locked. So basically, I have to go to my bed that night hungry. so don't going forward actually buy extra matches this time now. Extra matches so that ideally that issue won't be won't happen to me going forward. So it's like, yeah, that was a lesson coming from work. Boom. And then the reason why that issue happened was because I came home and then I was so tired. I basically went to sleep. And when I woke up and ready to be like, okay, let me do this, I realized that the matches was done. Look, the stores were closed. And so because I was so tired from work, that happened. That happened. But this is also the next thing is so with me coming home tired from work every day and then me learn to drive. What will happen when I actually say, oh, okay, I'm going to drive now? This will be another issue in itself because if I'm coming home so tired or I'm going to be focusing on the road, it's like all these, so 2024 year is a breakout and trial year. There's a lot of things that you basically have to be getting, you have to be contemplating. But yeah, have to push through these phases. So next thing is I'm going to actually try to open a new more bank account and then open a stock account. I'm actually going to try that. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that as yet, but I'm just gonna try it. So by the end of so that's basically it for this end of January 2024, start of February update because it will be released in February. Yeah, just basically just chill and glad that I actually made to the end of January, and see what February has in store for me. Oh, I guess one more thing before I actually go was that the frustrating thing, bro. Dogs, bro. They're like, yeah, I'm working with dogs at work, but bro, they still have the dogs on the road where I live, bro. When I have to walk certain distance, it's like with this new issue, I may have to actually just wake up a lot more earlier now. So it's like, bro, it's as I said, it's really a sad time. It's really a trials to progress. Yes, trials, too much trials to actually progress. bro. So it's like, yo, but I guess I have to just push through to reach that new phase. So that's basically it for this episode. Thank you for listening. I look forward for the next episode. Mhm. I guess one more thing that I have to mention, and this is a lesson. Like, yo, bro. So I got this new work, and boom, one of my neighbor is like, yo, I usually go to work and walk and I see him every single day, bro. Every single day. And it's like, boom, one time I came home, boom, found out he actually passed away. Like, this person was so good, and then one day, boom, he passed away. And it's like, it was shocking, bro. Oh, it was shocking. And it just came to me like, yo, it was one of those things where it be like, yo, two things. It was a person actually who was way older than me. So I said, you can't judge another person. You can't, you, you have to actually just stay in your own lane. Focus on your chapters of life because their chapters may be further. But the next thing is, bro. One thing was that, when I was with my grandmother, one of the things was my grandmother, she could always tell her age to the date. So she would say something like, oh my, I'm 89 and 100 and something days, or stuff like that. So she always could tell her like the age to her day. And that experience, one thing why I guess I understood that now was because she appreciated each day because as she got older, boom, more and more people that she knew because what happened that when you were younger, you know a lot of older people. So as they get older, they're getting older, and then issues come, and then boom. So it's like when they pass, it seems like, oh my god, I know this person is so strong and all those stuff. How the hell can they pass? But they were older. They were there at a time that you didn't even exist. So it's like they were older and all these things. So it's like, bro, when they pass, it's shocking. It's really shocking. But yeah, they were on a different timeline. But the next thing is that it was one of those things where you have to appreciate the days, each days you were given. One of the Bible verses that teach me to, I don't remember this exact verse, but it's something like, yo, teach me to number my days or something like that. And then boom, they say something else. They say something else. But it's just one of the things where that experience actually show me, made me learn another, understand another thing that my grandma usually do, where she could always tell her their age to the number, because she valued each and every day because she knew growing up as she got older, boom, more and more people will pass, and then eventually her time will come, and then what will happen is that whenever time come, the world moves on. But she, one of the stuff that she always say was that boom, she was here for a reason. Her reason was past, was done, and stuff. So it's like, yo, that was one of the things where I realized that, yeah, everybody's here for a reason. You don't know why, you don't know when you will go out. You'll be here good, and then boom, yeah, that you go out, and it's like, bro. So it's like, yo, it was one of the things where I'm appreciating each day because I'm this back breaking work now, and the fact that, yo, this new, it's like, yo, it's a weird phase. But I broke a lot of curses for myself, and I'm just this phase just basically just trying to break a lot of curses, as much as curses that I possibly. I'm trying to move forward because I know that, yo, he won't be here forever. But if you focus on your timeline, that's the thing. Focus on your one thing that my grandmother said that she always hear from a person is like self first, then they put yourself second. Focus on your timeline. You can't focus on another person's timeline because when you focus on your timeline, you achieve your goals and dreams, and then boom, when your time comes, you feel very satisfied. But once you achieve your goals and dreams now, then you can actually just bring in people to experience your timeline, and they can appreciate it and all those stuff. And then boom, what happens that, yo, when you pass your time, like your world is still there. Because one of the places that I'm working, this person that created it 1883, in 1883, and boom, his legacy is still on. you know, his legacy is still on. So it's like one of those things where focus on your timeline and building your legacy. Boom, when your time comes, but your legacy will go on forever, forever. so it's like that's one of the things where have to focus on your timeline, but understand, learn from each lesson. Each lesson that you learn is something important for your timeline. For your timeline, it's not for anybody else. So even when you listen to this podcast, listen to my experiences. Boom, these are lessons to help you on your timeline. You take what you need from each part of it to make your life better. But yeah, end of the day, it's your timeline, and then when it's done, it's done. it's up to you if you want to live a prosperous life that you enjoy, or one that you be like, oh my god, I wish I could actually do so much more, but I regretted it. Yeah, I did not live up to my potential. So it's like one of those things that's happening kind of woke me up to that. And the next thing again that I want to mention also, I mentioned that I want to open some more bank accounts and stock accounts. I guess I realized one of the important reasons why this was important to me now was because now I remember growing up, I usually have bank accounts and stuff. And but the thing is that no money what really is, I have all these bank accounts and stuff saving, but I never have enough. but because what happens is that boom, we will save certain money, but certain things come and we have to just spend it. So that was always been the issue. Ideally, what of the next cycle that I'm trying to break is that we have we actually have money saved. So having that 6 months income saved and all those stuff, I guess that is actually real important. Just to have that level of comfort, because ideally growing up we we will never have that level of comfort where we like, oh my god, we can sit down and just chill and plan, because yeah, every time we have money saved up, boom, we have to actually spend it on something. That was always an issue. So I guess having those bank account and able to save this work now, but working work, but giving me the stable income. Ideally, that level of stability of having money saved up and be like, okay, I can basically just chill for a while. I guess that is another cycle of course that I'm actually trying to break for myself as well. So it's just one of those things where I can understand why I actually go for that now. So that's basically it for this episode. Thank you for listening and look forward for the next episode. Okay, something else I'd like to mention as well. This January start off real cold with the morning shift that I'm trying to doing. Cold, bro. I have to be wearing a lot of sweater, bro. A lot of coat and thing. And like and the undershirt. Well, and it's one of those things where, you know, you have certain coats that you use that you have a memorabilia. You buy it so that you can have it, so that you can have that memorabilia. But then you come a time when you have to actually have to use it for its purpose. Like times like these, when the times are cold, bro. So just basically but like, everything is there for a reason. If you learn the reason, one day you have to actually use it for that reason. And the thing about it is that you're in life, bro. Life, what you have to actually get out of the um the crow mentality of actually doing things to please people, because what will happen is that you actually try to please people and end up destroying yourself, like, bro. So it's like, actually, it's like, you have to try to just do the best for you to actually keep yourself healthy. And it's cold season now, so get your coats up, get your sweater and all these stuff up. Working in the morning shift, yeah, and get your immune system up as well. That's basically for this episode, I guess. February. That episode that I recorded in January and all these things that from last year will still be coming out. Some of the stuff you hear me mention already in this episode, you hear them come back again and be like, yeah, because at the time it happened. But this is basically a summary. what happened in January. It's just that in February we see. So it's like, yeah, that's basically it for this episode. Thank you for listening, and look forward for the next episode. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention as well is that so you're going to listen to episode where I talk about some earpod that I had before that basically become convenient now with this new phone that I have. Unfortunately, it's actually going out real soon. It's actually one of the earpods earpod start working. Just one left, so eventually that will go soon. So eventually I have to try get that one replaced as well. But it's actually service purpose, giving me time. But as I said, ideally, bro, 2024 is going to be some hard times, bro. But bro, if I actually make it to the end, it'll be it'll be so different. But yeah, I have to just push. I have to make it there first. I have to make it there first. So yeah, that's the last basically it now. And good luck to ourselves in February of 2024.
Well, this is the end of the episode. Thanks for watching and look forward for the next episode. To support this podcast, go to anchor.fm/cssb/support or become a sponsor for this episode. If you have a product that you want to have more exposure, DM me on the Instagram page, Reframing Mindset Podcast, or on Twitter at ReframingP. Either way would help. Thank you regardless for listening, and here's a preview for the next episode.